Yeah, first of all, thanks for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. I'm working in here. And just before we get into this topic, we as InvestorHub are always looking for great developers, although we are not actively hiring at the moment. But if you have if you want opportunities and if you feel like this is a good environment, you saw the workplace, and feel free to talk to me, and there's always opportunities over there. Okay, let's get into this topic. So first questions. Anyone recently received a phishing emails or message, let's say, within 2 weeks? Raise your hand. And can I do a quick interview? What you receive?
Just go for this guy and then.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I do think especially after Office, accidentally leaking my all my information, I receive a lot of emails and messages and someone calling me. And recently I went back to China as well, and after I come back, the volume of the phishing emails and call is double. Half of them in Mandarin, half of them in English, which is a mixed attack on Australia and Chinese together. Which is sometimes it's of course there's too many people trying to do bad things, but also our part of it around developers not doing the great jobs, because we can prevent that happening on the first place. Second question is, raise your hand if the companies you are working at provides regular security training. Anyone? I don't even think.
Well, we did it once.
Yeah. Can I interview you? What kind of security training you have?
From a university.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
so not like a.
Yeah, it's every week they give an update. But they also every week. And they do a notification drop. The update notification on it.
Yeah.
That's how they do it.
Cool. So I think it's great to know it, but I do feel like from my personal point of view, it can be better. I can't say later, but in general, I feel like production companies, especially a lot of startup scale, they didn't do security training very well. And even big corporate companies, when they do security training, they have a rule which apply for every department, including devs, everything. They have one training sessions, which including do not plug your USB into a weird laptop, which I think every developer don't do that. So another main reason, even I'm working here for a long period, we never talk about security at all, because security is a thing it won't generate instant value. The company owner maybe is spending money to that instead of spending money to build a new feature. It's kind of a waste. But in real life, all the security hacking, cyber security issues is in my imagination, it's like poison which stored in a very fragile glass. It looks like it never breaks, maybe, but once it breaks, it will kill you. And this is the quickest it can kill you, instead of losing losing customer or whatever. Because once you break that bottle, it costs a lot of money, lost trust for your client, and it can be even more worse, even worse than that. The good side of being an Elixir developer is a lot of the normal attack or cyber issues has been prevented, because for example, actual SQL injections, it's pretty hard to attack if you're using Ecto. It's not like C or C++, you need to do memory collection, so memory leaking is not a very big issue. In most cases, some cases process can be an issue, but in most cases it's fine. So according to the OWASP Top 10, which is also the company a platform, which is a not-for-profit platform, which will list what is the latest security challenge. The top 10 from last year, I checked everything. I feel like if you're using Elixir and Phoenix or LiveView well, then you won't be too that's the quick improvement from each story. But also, I think every developer, no matter which language you are writing, you have that mindset, which is more important than the language itself. Me personally, I'm not a security expert at all. The reason why I get into this First is recently our company is doing SOC 2 compliance. If you don't know SOC 2, it's like ICP. It's just basically as a compliance, you need to get audits to make sure your security is at a certain level. That's the reason why I get into that field. And I feel like quite a lot of things I don't know. Something I know, but I understand it in the wrong way. So today, I won't say it is like presentation point of view. It's more like a workshop. I'll show something I feel like pretty interesting, and see if I provide some code as well. See if we can fix together. Cool. Before getting into the code part, like just some interesting photos I found online, and some stats. First, Optus has set aside 140 million to cover the cost of managing the aftermath of its massive data breach. I even received my driver license like twice last year because they said like, hey, your driver license has been breached to external, and then you need to change this number to this, and give you a sticker, put it on the back, and the next time give you another card. So that's what happened to me. And 2022, there were 497 data breaches reported in Australia from July to December, compared to 393 reported from January to June. It's like increased for sure. And when I get into there, I'm thinking like, okay, I never think about how much it was for my data breach and how much it can be sold in the dark web. So I mentioned Google that. This is what I found from Australia. If your online payment service will be information, $20 to $200. If you have a new US passport, it's $1,000 to $2,000. So it's a good values, and this is why it's just motivations of people trying to hack other people. Or sometimes people do those kind of things just show off their skills. But anyway, and they are everywhere and all the time. A normal website experience approximately 9 people attacked every day, and we are being attacked more than ever. Last week we went to the Google Summit, and there is a big security section over there, and they are talking like how Google using AI to prevent like latest challenge or certain kind of security. But when I listen to that, I feel like the other side is right now it's much easier for a hacker to use AI to attacking other people as well. Which means if you are slower to picking up the trend, you are more at the risk there. So that's my takeaway. One last question. Anyone recently found your product or anything being attacked, like the code that you've been writing recently? Can you share it?
Well, I work for a cryptocurrency exchange, so yeah, it's pretty much
Every day.
normal operations to be constantly under attack.
I guess it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, security is something that we just kind of have to do. Like, we wouldn't be around if we didn't do it.
Yeah, sure.
We would have already gone under years ago.
Yeah. This is an example we've been attacked. So one day we have been in Sentry for a content bug monitor, and we saw like this is the selection of notification. We got heaps of like reference error and saying like FS is not defined, like the 5% is not defined. B player is not defined. I think it is like people are trying to attack against FS external script, like attacking us by calling some of the function is like quote unquote B player has a vulnerabilities and leak personal information from the player itself. And we back to search the IP address, which assess this from either a server, and the broad score is 93, which is and the series of keeps of report is saying that IP address is affecting a lot of people. So that's another starting point. We start looking at SOC 2 and trying to make sure we are safe. So back to Elixir. First thing, Sober. I think it's a pretty common static analytics course, and a lot of developers do put this onto the SCI. The goal for it is to try to find security issues in a static way, which means it is not runtime. It's basically trying to check your code, compile your code into a file which they can read and feed out if there's any vulnerabilities in it. And that function app, that GitHub, if you want to learn how Sober works, I think that's a good learning resource because it do contain a lot of vulnerabilities, and you can play around by calling the server in it. I'll pick up something I found in the Ocean app. The first thing is CSR protection. So CSR protection is cross-site request forgery. I think a lot of people learn this from uni, but when I got to this, I already forgot the definition of it, which is a type of attack that takes advantage of the fact that browser automatically and cookies and basic authentication credentials stored for a specific domain with every request made to that domain. What that means is, for example, you have a form like this, which is pretty normal. You said like post this form, you can change your password. How attacker can attacking this is they can send you a phishing email and putting the form in here and putting the password over there. And when you click the button, it will submit the form to that website. And as browser store the cookies and the authentication information, that's the only way to authentication. It will send you the request correctly and it will change the password for you. Although the value has been predetermined, which the password will be changed to whatever the attacker wants it to be. Cool. So how Elixir is solving that? This is a little bit harder than I thought it will be. So basically, for example, this is the form, right? Right now, if I copy this code, change the value of this, sending via email, then people click something, it will automatically post to this. So how Elixir solving it is by having the oh my God, this is really hard. By having this. Yes, the protect from forgery. Cool. By calling the protect from forgery. What it works is by default, it's a create this input command CSI open. When it's submitted the form, this value will be automatically submitted along with the form. Then with that clock, for example, if right now I delete this, then when I submit the form, because this CSI token is generated per session base, which means people trying to attack to not know this. When you submit the form, you will receive this. You know the CSR token. Please make sure that yada yada. So this is pretty normal way to protect this. Cool. Back to this. Yeah, and it cannot prevent GET, the PGP RESTful API, but theoretically GET should not doing any state changing requests. It is quite basic. I just saw people using GET to do, what it's not supposed to do. Cool. So second thing is cross-site scripting, which again it's pretty good at doing it. There's a couple of things, but the only normal one is using roaring here. Sometimes maybe you want to involve some HTML or whatever directly display in your code. The example is so the quickest way of, if you want to go back and test your product, you can do this.
Typo in the first.
I literally can't see my wait. Okay, let me just figure it out. It's fine. Oh, fuck. Yeah, good. It's good for the page work. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, see? So this is like typical access. So people can just adding JavaScript to HTML and doing things which you don't want to do. Yeah, the way preventing that is also quite easy. Please don't use raw for like user input to put into your HTML. If you do want to, make sure you run the like save escape functions to make sure there's nothing weird in there. Next one, unsafe atom collection. So atom we use quite a lot everywhere in Excel. And once atom has been declared, it was stored in atom table within integer reference in the earlier machine. And it's not coverage collected, and also this is a default max of atom size. If you use external, there is a pipe you can see the atom image to see how much atom you have been used within your production server. And it can be a DDoS attack target, because if you continue to increase the atoms into a certain level, especially if your atom has been used for user input point of view, then it can crush your system. Workshop time. How to fix it? Basically, the input string to atom and the input is to atom as well. You want to know how to fix it? I'll stick to my own people.
How to fix this?
Yeah.
Just don't allow user input.
Yes, that's the correct one. I know that's a. I thought this is gonna be a tricky one because people will say two existing atoms, but it's wrong because like even two existing atoms is not safe as well.
Yeah,
it can be
crash.
Yes. Cool. There's more for sure. SQL injection, like I said, actual pretty good enough. But if you're using Postgres.query, then fast using input into a string, then that's the issue. Yes, for sure. About command injections, I don't think it's common, but if you use system.command with the string with some user input can be AP as well. People can just put whatever ls-l to see whatever the result is or whatever.
rn-r.
Yes, correct. Missing content security policy, which is default flag when you create Phoenix, it puts secure body, not put secure head, which will be better for security. Back to my thing about Solo. Actually, the source code basically, like I said, it's like reading your files and figure out like, oh, you use controller in here, which means this is a controller. So I need to check if there's a raw function here. If there's raw functions, you need to make sure this. The way it does is like, I guess this is the only way. Maybe there's some cool way, but this is the only most common way for now. The problem is the maintenance of this sort of open source library is really hard. I listened to the podcast like the owner of this library. He is not writing Linux anymore. He gave this open source library to some other people, but although I'm pretty confident that the underlying like cyber security knowledge hasn't changed for this, but the way people are changing. So I'm kind of worried, like with the low maintenance or infrequently maintenance of the library, this could sometimes be a problem. But I still feel like this is to me a must-have in the activity, which it's kind of low resource and big use. Next one, Hammer. Hammer is a pluggable rate limiter. Normally, the rate limiter is a good way to prevent a lot of problems, like quick work. So Hammer uses a token bucket algorithm to count the number of actions occurring in the bucket. If the count within the bucket is lower than limits, then the actions are allowed, otherwise it's denied. It's a simple context. I feel like in my career I built this same thing for like 3 times. I just don't know the library. The way using this is easy, Hammer, check rate, put a string in there, put a time period, how many times it's allowed. If it's allowed, then count. If it's not, it's saying how much limit it is, and you can send it back. And it's pluggable, so you can just put in sort of the hammer of plug, and you can put some parameters in there, and you can put directly into your router, then you can directly use it. It's pretty cool. Third one, prevent bot attack. So that's our initial point of we found bot attack, and we started contacting the company called Elixir. Mainly, there's a couple of things in the project, and they are big, like I won't say big companies, but they are big supporter for the whole Elixir security industry, I would say. What they did is a major functionality they did is when a server starts, it will start a supervisor. It will fetch in the IP range for major cloud service. For example, AWS in here, we have all their cloud IP range over there. When the supervisor starts, when there is an incoming request, it will check the incoming request IP address and matching, see if it matches one of the IP ranges in the cloud service. If it matched, it will tell the product all using GraphQL like we can use a middleware to see if it is a cloud service, and the result will store it in the connections or contacts using GraphQL. And then you can determine should I block them or should I just give them? Because some of the service do need some bot to be created, and it's fine. Like there's no like personal information needed. Just for scraping point of view, you can let them do it. It's quite well supported. For example, if you have sent need to comment as us, contact them. Michael is the CEO over there. It's pretty nice. They're based in US. And yeah, it's cool. Cool. This is almost my last one, which I feel like it's an interesting one. I honestly don't think there's a lot of attacking hours, but it's pretty fun. So what is timing attack? Timing attack is attacker compare the time for certain function to wrong. This technique is primarily used to analyze string comparisons of secret values to go for the identifier of the thing. How it works is, for example, if you have a logging system, maybe that's the wrong one, but let's say logging system. If your username is BBC. ABC is too easy. CBC. Okay, CBC. So then your code is that if user input, which is the things I type in the front end, passing to back end, if that equals to the TB value. How Elixir does this is it will compare one character by another, which means it will do CBC, right? I put A, then I will say, oh, A not equal to C, B not equal to C, C equals to C, so check the next character, and there's no next character, okay, wrong. The time to execute this function is different. That's the way people are attacking people. So they are trying to identify the running time, because the running time of the first character is wrong compared to the running time of the first character is correct, the second character is wrong, is different. So they can make it easier to brute force. Although it definitely can argue like normally people have like a greater limiter to prevent things like this, but it's kind of functional. So this will be an example. Actually, I don't feel anyone know how to do. In case anyone know how to fix this to like this exact before. So for example, if you have a compare function, you said, oh, this is equal to this value. So this is not the case in the first. If that equal to value, okay. Otherwise, accept it. But it will be timing attack. You know?
Yeah, you just say we've sent an email. Like you basically just don't tell them when like for a sign up in particular, I know you can prevent timing attacks by just saying, yep, we sent you an email, even if there's already an account.
I get it.
And it stops them knowing whether or not it was actually a thing.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, tricky way to fix it. the more correct way is using this plug or crypto secure compare. So this secure compare will will make sure it executes the same time no matter what your input is. So that's a way it can make sure work on the time attack.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, very, very last thing. So if you do this, like, I literally just have a really small part of it. Maybe it's because I'm not featuring it. Really is like, I don't know, have a short time to do this. But this is a really good source. I kind of enjoy to learn when I prepare this. This is it's a secure coding, supported by Coding. They are Elixir companies in US, I think, and they do their peaceful implementation. Everything in there is using a lightbook, which means basically you can, there is an example quiz over there, you can just code in there and see the output. I think it's perfect way to use lightbook to do security training, because I hate people just asking me to watch your videos, and normally I watch your videos in separate browser and just keep it on, right? And by accomplishing it, it's pretty fun. Like you just write some code and see a quick video that will tell you, can assert and tell you that if it's correct or not, then it's not much fun. So if you're keen for these areas, please have a look. And quick references from forecasting thinking Elixir and Capsules for Solo Guide and Capsules Color. That's it. Thanks, guys.